This is dying in circles. It's the Enneagram 2, the helper. The archetype that we're working with is the saint. The operative problem is religion. And the color is vermilion, which is a fun word. Dying in circles is another one of those songs on the record that is about an archetypal person dealing with an archetypal problem. It's not really a mental illness, but I do think it is an illness of society, and that is religion. We have shirts that say heal us of our homophobia, addiction, sexism, religion, war, racism. People know what all that means except for religion. They say, why do you say religion? I thought that you were a Christian. And I guess my answer to that is, yes, I am a Christian, as far as being someone who wants to follow Christ. However, I view religion as a system of who God is and how God communicates with us being humanity. I think religion has facilitated a lot of good throughout history. Contrary to what certain people may tell you on the internet, I don't believe religion is the cause of all evil. I believe the evil of people is the cause of all evil. And oftentimes religion is the vehicle by which people get their way. I believe that Jesus could be described within the time that Jesus lived as an anti-religious figure, or that is to say that Jesus had a non-hierarchical view of the temple and created a way by which all people could come to God and not just the select few, very, very, very small select few. And that was obviously very dangerous for the temple elite, in their opinion, and that went against what they thought the law of Moses was, and so they killed Jesus. And that is a primary reason that Jesus was killed, is Jesus had a view of both empire and temple that were not corresponding to what people felt like it should, and I believe that's why Judas betrayed Jesus. Dying in circles starts with a homeless lady, and it's freezing cold outside. And I actually wrote that when I was walking around Brooklyn and I saw a homeless lady sleeping on church steps. People coming out of the church having their own vision of God that really corresponds to like their own economic principles, not to the reality that the Bible shows us over and over again, that this lady who's sleeping on the church steps is the image of God. The image of God is within her because she's created. How will you judge the chosen ones versus the not chosen ones to perish? And Jesus says, I was hungry and you fed me. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you took care of me. I was in prison and you visited me. The question of what does it mean to follow Christ is frankly quite simple, even though it's quite an adventure. And I think it starts with who we love and how we love people. And it looks a lot less like focus on the family. It looks like how we treat strangers, and do we see strangers as our neighbors? Do we show them love? I feel like in my life, seeing so many churches, I feel like they became so concerned with the death of Jesus and about getting into heaven by accepting the salvation that they forgot how Jesus lived, which is why I say we forgot your life and became a people of death. And I think a lot of the world, unfortunately, sees how evangelical Christians approach things or how they support certain politicians, and it really seems like this strange addiction to like death. And it's very sad because I think the world has enough death. If you believe actually that the Spirit of God is inside of you, that you are living every day with God, then I feel like that would make you be a life giver, that the creator of all life would lead you to love life. Trying to, I guess, reimagine how we can become people who don't repeat the same mistakes that we've seen from religion. Namely, I'm speaking about what I've seen in Christianity because I want better for the church, and I'm encouraged too because I meet people so often who I think are following Jesus in a way that makes me want to be more like that and encourages me. But I still think that we have a very long way to go. It's been said by the guy who started Compassion International, which is a really cool organization that helps orphans around the world. He said that if every single person who attended church tithed, and then churches took that tithe money and used that to support sustainable economic systems around the world, that poverty just be solved in a matter of years. It's called The Hole in the Gospel. It's the book that he talks about that. I think that even though it was more than 2,000 years ago that we believe Jesus lived and died and resurrected, I still think that we are very much struggling to follow that message because it involves to be obedient and to stop living for what we want and to actually do something about what we see in the world that offends our consciousness, that offends our love of politics, of hierarchy, that offends our desire to just do what we want. As I've heard so many vocalists say on Warped Tour, that life is all about getting what you want and just being happy and forget everyone else. It involves actually thinking about life as actually how we can give of ourselves and how we can sacrifice what we want to love other people, because I think this world is full of hurt and doesn't need more privileged people full of their own stuff. So that's Dying in Circles, and I'm excited for you guys to hear this one. Thanks.